Hello, I'm Ali,
I'm Deb.
and welcome to another episode of Connected Conversations. This is going to be a great topic for the summer, and I kind of chuckled when Deb mentioned because this is where we can kind of be opposites. So if you're traveling in the summer, or really any time of the year, how do you manage the overwhelm that can engulf you when you have to pack, plan, get to destination to then relax? So how do you manage overwhelm when you're trying to like relax and be on vacation? So Deb, I'm curious first for you because I feel like my way of doing things is a little bit haphazard and differently. So I'm just curious, how do you manage overwhelm when you want to get on vacation and just
I know.
enjoy yourself?
And it's supposed
Like
to
you're
be a
stressed out
fun
before you're
time,
even
right?
there.
You're going on vacation and it's supposed to be this fun, wonderful time. But leading up to it, and I guess, especially when my kids were younger as a single mom, I'm not just packing for myself, I'm packing for my kids. And it's just like so much, right? Now that my kids are older, though, I actually have a list that I keep on my phone, and it's my vacation packing list because really it doesn't change, right? Your
Mm,
vacation packing list doesn't change. You need your passport,
I love that.
you need your bathing suit. And so when I'm done, then I uncheck it all, I save it, and then it's like literally a checklist. I also I also put my suitcase out like the week leading up to my vacation because in the winter, you probably don't need your bathing suit. So you can start packing just a little bit each day. And that checklist is so
Mm.
helpful. So I'm checking things off in advance and then it's not so last minute. I can't stand packing at the last minute. I also have like a little a little travel toiletry bag. So it has like the little travel size hairsprays and shampoos and conditioners. So I don't always have to be packing that stuff. It's in a bag, kind of ready to go. I really just have to put in my toothbrush, my toothpaste. It's ready to go. So I love the list that I can always reuse because half of that stuff doesn't change. Your sunscreens, I always have in a little Ziploc too. So I don't know. I try and do as much in advance that I can, so it doesn't seem like I have to do so much like the night before. I hear all these people packing the night before. I'm like, I can't do it. Stresses me right out. I get
Mm.
the impression that you don't get stressed on any of this stuff.
Like I said, there's just this is why I'm sure you want to tune into Deb and I because you get different looks and different like beingness from the two of us. So I'd love for you to share the list. I think that is very important. And I love the idea of it being handy and it's constantly in it. So you're not sifting through an email or wondering where that random piece of paper is. And just the fact that you are pre-planning, because I am that woman that will be like, I have been known to pack an hour before
Oh my gosh.
and been like, oh shit. Because I feel like sometimes I'm just so in the moment and I don't know what I'll feel like wearing or I don't know what I'll feel like doing. So I am that last minute throwing everything together and I usually make it a game. Like it's something fun for me to do. And that's what gets me excited because other than like if I'm pre-planning, I find that I forget what I've actually packed or what I've done. So if I don't condense it into like one spurt of time, it stresses me out more because I'm curious of like, oh, did I remember this? So then I'm sifting through things or just wondering what I did. So usually I am the last minute packer. And I had a friend, we used to travel on weekends on the ski hills when we were younger, and she loved to pack, I think similar to you. So the night before, she'd be like, throw out your stuff. And like literally on Friday morning, I would just throw all my stuff out and she would pack my bags for me. I've had so many friends that have helped me with packing. It's just not my thing. So I really commend when people can like be super planned and it's just I haven't got that knack yet. So the overwhelm I experience is very much it's just that at last minute because I also sometimes forget that I'm going somewhere and I'll make plans on a week and be like, aren't you going to Vancouver? I'm like, oh yeah, I totally forgot. So I have this like memory that sometimes forgets what I'm doing. So I don't get excited until I get somewhere. And then it is like this like little race for me. So my managing my overwhelm is just giving me a little bit of extra time without having too much range, because if not, I'm not as productive.
I'm similar though. I don't get excited before a trip. Like if you say we're going to Mexico next week, I'm not excited until I am situated on that beach with a cocktail in my hand. That's when I get excited. I think it's important too when you're planning for vacation to have like reasonable expectations.
Mhm.
Pack your bag of patience if you're traveling with other people, just to avoid conflicts and expect the unexpected. I always like to visualize, it's going to be smooth. We're going to be upgraded on the plane. Everything's going to work out. But if it doesn't, don't get bent out of shape. I was bumped from a flight and had to stay in the airport for 12 hours once. And you can get angry or you can make it fun, because getting angry is not going to get you anywhere. It's not the person at the desk's fault. I
Mm.
think pack your bag of patience. I think that's one thing as I've traveled, that just some things are unexpected. Sometimes things happen beyond your control, and be proactive about that. Like I also pack medicine to go along in case somebody gets sick. Like I very rarely myself. I'm pretty healthy for the most part, but just packing those extra things. Pack a couple granola bars, some nuts, in case you're hungry along the way. All those little things can just mitigate problems, whether it's with your kids, with your partner, somebody's hungry, then you have a snack with you. So I do try and mitigate anything that could happen as best as I can. I always have some nuts or granola bars or something with me just in case, because that food at the
Yeah.
airport is gross.
Or you're paying $5 for a kind bar and you're like, is this a freaking joke?
That's
Like
so true.
$5? I guess is a little outrageous. No, I love the snacks. And I would say bring your favorite book or something you've been wanting to do. Because then it's new and it's fun. Um, and for technology, like you could also meet some new people in the airport and have a great conversation. I met so many cool people in airports or amongst my travel from allowing myself being in the experience right away.
Mhm.
And to help manage overwhelm, set yourself up for success. Put the out of office on like early on, not 5 o'clock when you're leaving work.
For
Like
sure.
that morning, start setting expectations, clearing your desk off. Give yourself an extra day when you come back so you're not feeling the pressure.
I love
However, I
that.
would say like manage your tech. Like know that you have the right plans to travel across the country and take off your email. Like you can delete apps. You can do anything you want with your phone. They're
I
so
feel,
crazy like that.
I feel like you just caused stress in like so many people when you said delete your email. I
I
feel
create stress and freedom
all right.
all at once.
I,
You're
I can
welcome.
I can feel the energy of like people like, what did she just say? But it's so true.
Is
Like put
is
down
there
your
nothing
phone.
worse though than like looking at one email that was Tuesday, it's Friday, it ruins your holiday because you're like, oh my God, client ABC is like, that's not fun. You're not
So
doing
true.
anything in Florida. You're not and you're not creating healthy boundaries, right? Like we talk about stress, we talk about flow. Like, yes, it is stressful doing it. And then the freedom that comes behind it, that's a cool part.
And to your point, when we were flying to Myrtle Beach a couple weeks ago, we had a layover, so we were just waiting. And like you said, put down the phone. I was chatting with this woman, and she's like, "You got to check out this place. You got to check out this place.
Mm,
It's so neat. I would recommend." Somebody who's from there or a local that can give you so many recommendations that you wouldn't find in the visitor's guidebook, or like you get those little nuggets of information when you actually put your phone down and have a conversation with somebody, and you learn so much about people in just a short amount of time. But it's definitely worth putting your phone down and just having it meet somebody new. I don't know. I always kind of go into the experience like, who do I need to meet today? Like who needs to cross my path today? Maybe for their benefit or for my benefit.
Like you're impacting strangers. Maybe you're finding your future husband. I don't know. Like someone could buy you a cocktail. Like stranger things have happened.
For sure. So true. Well, I hope that we've given you some tidbits to plan for your vacation so you're not stressed out. Maybe you're like Ali and you're just a last minute packer. Maybe you like more time and space to gather your things so you don't forget anything, and maybe creating a list. Put your phone down, enjoy the experience, and go in with like realistic expectations. So hopefully you're traveling well this summer or whatever future vacation plans you have. We will not be here on Monday. We are going into a Canadian long weekend. So happy long weekend to all our Canadian friends. And we will be back on Tuesday morning to kickstart your week. Have a great long weekend, everyone.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please share with your friends and rate and recommend on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. There will be links to more great resources in the description.